Well, hello YouTubers, and have I got the best life hack to do a smoke test for those vacuum leaks in your car. No, no need to spend $1,000 to find it. Pay a lot of money for those mechanics out there. Try not to. Sorry, but industry out there, you're expensive. Okay, so we're not going to do it with cigarettes or incense, or make a special canister that's not necessary at all, or use a cigar, and especially people who smoke who don't want it. But look, there is a life hack. Thank you, smog. This puts out high volume. Okay, to do a smoke test, very high volume, and you vape smokers out there know what I'm talking about. That's right. So here we go. I mean, don't even have to worry about the nicotine, because you can literally have zero nicotine to do this in these things. Okay, so what caught me on this is like going, it's smoke testers roughly. I've been a musician all my life, stage works, things like that. I'm going, it's a fog machine. Same thing. Same thing, same concept. So here we go. Are we ready? Okay, this is what we did here. Let me flip my little lens around here. Okay. What we do is the typical thing is, number one, is I took the vacuum. I didn't go finding a little tiny vacuum line back here at all, because roughly what you want to do is fill the intake manifold with smoke. Okay. And, or in this case, vapor. Clean vapor. Okay. Put you a rubber glove over the manifold. This will keep any leaking coming back, and this will keep and so what I did here was use the input here, which goes back into this side of the intake here, okay, which will fill the intake, but blocking it from coming out here. Because if you don't use this, whatever you're blowing is going to just come right back out here. So I could have used it here and connected this clear line in, which fit perfectly, but then I go, oh wait, yeah, that's not going to work, let me test it, and sure enough, it came out the breather manifold, and I go, well, of course it's coming through here, right here. Okay, I go, duh. So I reconnected that, make sure it's got a good seal. And now we're going to apply the vapor. I found the leak, and it's a pretty significant leak, and I'll explain why that happens. But let's go ahead and do the test and show you. Okay, applying the vapor. As you can see, it's working very well. But you don't want to put a lot of pressure on it at all. About a pound or so worth. There you go. Simple smoke vapor. Thank you, smoke. That's V8. And found the problem. It's this evap runner here, and it's leaking at the seal which sits inside here. Now I don't see why I just can't replace the O-ring to replace that without replacing the whole evap, but you know how they are, make the money. But that is where it's leaking. I'll do it again to get a closer look. Okay, you can see right here, see it there? It's all around the seal right there. If you can see that there, all around the O-ring seal. I'm gonna hook up a longer hose real quick. Only take a second. Take that other hose here. And this way we can get a better look at what's going on. And see if I can. It's a little tight on this one. Just want to be careful, don't want to break anything. Okay. Now, just want to get the camera right on it as I'm doing it. Oh, I hit my zoom button. I'm trying to show you here. Get this hose out of the way. One more time. That's a pretty significant leak. So, there you go. What I'm going to do is replace that evap runner. And I guess they call it the evap runner. And hopefully I can just get an O-ring, because that's actually what's the O-ring seal in there, because that's actually what is wrong. It's not the mechanism itself. So, you know, replace that, and hopefully that will solve the problem. The leak is so massive, it's not holding enough pressure to probably find any other leaks, which I'm hoping it's not, but I'm pretty sure that solves the problem, because the way it was coming on and off only. Then it did come up P0171. Okay, so I was like going, I hope that's not something else, but that could just be triggered also if you drive a little bit too long, and as it got worse. Now, what causes this? Most of the time, you notice how all the YouTube videos out there give something key away? They could use better technology. But I'm sorry to say that it's a way to make the money. Make you even turn in cars. Okay, I had to replace this motor. Premature. I take care of it religiously, and I had to replace this motor, and but it was at 130 something miles. But it was taken care of religiously. It was clean. It was great, and I replaced it. This new motor, I don't drive it as much. I got injured pretty bad. I can get into it. Anyways, what it does is after 42,000 miles, I'm having this problem again, start up. And before, you know, mechanics were like, because they only put a service bulletin out to their shops. They didn't let everyone else know, unless they knew what they were doing, what they were looking for. After a while, yeah, it came out. but it should have been recalls, especially when it came to intake gaskets and the planium intake, because it's roughly little silicone seals that just don't do well in cold weather. And you get down into 40 degrees, and if you don't drive as much, it separates and shrinks that seal, and then when you drive, it heats up and it reseals, and when it cools off, it goes off again. But if you're not driving it as much as you used to, like going to work every day, to the store all the time, the engine isn't going to keep warm or keep those seals expanded and sealed, and what happens is they deteriorate. Maybe a little bit of petroleum jelly on the seals to make them seal better and not crack or deteriorate in cold weather would help. Space shuttle, Challenger, you know. So we have to look at what's going. We have much better technology to do things. Is, you know, this car here back then was $23,000. You know, it's supposed to have been the Volvo of Ford. Okay, and it's done pretty good. You keep up with the suspension. It's cheaper to replace a motor than buy a new car. But still, it shouldn't have to when you're taking care of it religiously. So what I'm saying is even though we have all this technology and evaporators and all, you know, things to help things with air, a little cleaner burning, you know, for air quality and stuff. The seals and the gaskets on cars, especially on the engines, like head gaskets, intake gaskets, valve cover gaskets, timing chain cover gaskets, oil pan gaskets, should never leak. Never. Head gaskets, your intake gaskets, timing cover gaskets, never should leak. Our technology is way better and not that expensive. It should be a solid. You can groove the manifolds, you can groove the block to have gaskets seal better, and you can use a lot better gasket material, especially for the price that you're paying for cars. And you know, it's going cheap. That's pretty much it. Have it last as long as it lasts past the warranty. They don't care. So, like, this is 70,000 mile warranty, 3 years, and you're gonna put on 70,000 faster. But this new motor was unlimited miles. I could put 1 billion miles on it in its 3-year warranty. But I only put 42,000 since I got injured, and the 3-year warranty went out. So therefore, I'm screwed. Okay, so that's it. That's how you do it. The life hack is there. I just showed it to you. How to do it is with a smock vapor. Thank you, smock. Totally solve the problem. Now to give you all an update on the what do they call it? They call it the intake valve runner control. It's intake runner control valve. Goes under intake IMC or they go under different names. But either way, none of the auto parts has the O-ring. Much less even the whole part, which is ridiculous to spend $150 to replace a part when it's just the O-ring. They do sell the O-ring separately. Have to special order it. It costs twice as much for them to ship it because they have to special order it in parts. In both of the dealerships and parts places here didn't even have it. It's a very common part that goes out. They want people to be in a disposable world, make you buy new cars. Because if you don't fix those little leaks like that, it destroys your engine. And when I first had the code pop up, the car wasn't running bad. and I pretty much parked it and then ran tests and stuff. The light would come on, you know, and then because I knew what was going on. This car engine only has 42,000 miles on it because it's a brand new turnkey motor. And the reason the other one went out, same reasons. Vacuum leaks, and they give you a runaround, let the car go bad, make you place this, make you replace O2 sensors, make you do all this when that's not the case. Okay, they wanted your engine to go bad and make you buy new cars. It's the way they do it. Okay, so and I mean, this is what I call, and you probably hear it first, is it's called corporate extortion, and the freedom for corporate to extort consumers. Okay, so roughly this one little O-ring, which they are overpricing it, but you know, can run from anywhere from 10 to 15 bucks, but for the decent one with better material, it's 15 bucks. So free shipping if you get it off of eBay. You can get the OEM standard rubber kind for the same price, about the same price, free shipping standard. But hey, go for the better material. When you pop it on, put a little Vaseline on it, pop it on. When you replace the O-ring, done deal. Okay, so that is pretty sad at the part centers when it's a very common part. Meaning, they didn't even have the control valve. And I'm like, wow. This is a very common things that go out. So it's very obvious. You shouldn't be spending, you know, $20,000 plus for a car. This was a $23,000 car, and running into these problems ever. Okay, so you know, hey, I got the part ordered. If I had ordered it from Advance Auto Parts, it would have cost me double the price, and it would take about 2 weeks to get here. Order from eBay, it'll be here in 3 days. Free shipping. Better material. It's just a shame that something so common is so difficult to get, and the reason it's difficult to get is bottom line. They want your cars to mess up. That's what they do to keep you in a disposable world, to keep the profits flowing. A very simple rubber O-ring. You run that car with the vacuum leaks, you're gonna tear up your motor. Don't run. Keep running your car. You're gonna tear up the motor. I guarantee you that. I've already had to replace the motor when I got nothing but runarounds and fixing the problem. And here it is. I don't stress my car at all. People say I drive like an old man. I know I'm starting to look like an old man, but when I bought a Bradley GT and totally redid it from ground, I started driving like an old man, and I was still in my early 30s. Oh gosh, I was 30, you know. So I just like to keep I just like my investments to last, you know. So that's it. I'll replace it. It's a shame that I have to wait 3 days, maybe 4 days, to fix my car from a simple O-ring, and you can't guarantee them them matching an O-ring down at auto parts and stuff like that to try and come close. You know, no, you want it's the OEM part, and you know what, that part gives me at least 1 year warranty.